The next source of financing is public deposits. See, generally what happens is, if a company requires money, they would invite deposits, that is, they would tell the public that you can come and take up public deposits which we have issued, and the public would get an interest on that, and the company would get the money which they can use for any purpose. Let's understand public deposits in detail. See, as I said, these are the deposits which are raised from public. So generally the offer is made to public, and then the public decides if they want to take up the offer or not. Now here what happens is, the money is raised as a deposit. It would be a fixed deposit for a specific term, okay, and there would be a fixed rate of interest. So just like an FD which we open with a bank, similarly here the customer is opening an FD with the company. Generally, as I said, this is a short term method of financing. So here the term period is for 3 years. Now this public deposits are regulated by RBI so as to ensure that the public is not cheated by the companies. What happens is, many companies, there are chances that they would run away taking your deposits. So if public invests and goes for these fixed deposits, the chances are that the company runs away with your money, and hence these public deposits are monitored and regulated by RBI. Now the depository receipt is given to the subscriber. Now what is the proof that I have given the money to the company? They would give me a receipt which is known as the deposit receipt. Now what is the reason why people would invest in these companies, into the FDs of these companies? Because they get a higher rate of interest compared to your bank interest. Generally here the rate of interest is very high. The reason is because companies know, in order to attract people, they will have to pay a higher rate of interest, and hence when they are calling the public deposits, they will always keep a rate of interest which would be higher than the savings account interest or the FD which you keep with the bank. The interest you earn on that, it would be higher than that particular interest. Okay. Now let's understand the merits of going for a public deposit. See, this is a very simple procedure. You can just fill the form which is required and deposit your check. So there are no restrictive conditions. It's a very easy way to raise money, and it is very easy to subscribe for this kind of finance. Now there is no charge on the assets of the company. See, again, for public deposits, the assets are not kept as a collateral. So the funds received by the company are without any collateral, without any charge on the assets, and hence what happens here is, the companies are free, they don't have any tension on this regard, and hence they are freely able to go for this particular source of finance. Now the control is not diluted, because public deposit doesn't give a control to the people who are subscribing for it. Now let us quickly understand the demerits. See, the first thing is, generally when the company comes up with a public deposit, the people who are subscribing to it, that is the subscribers, would like to see and go for a company which has an established goodwill and a reputation in the market. Now suppose if a company doesn't have all this, then it will struggle, especially new companies will find it difficult to raise funds. Now this is a unreliable source of money. Why? See, there would be many people who would be subscribing. So as a company, I really don't know what is the source of income for them and who are these people. Okay, so if there is an unreliable source of money, then chances are that you might get into a problem. In case if that money turns out to be a black money, then you need to answer to the law. Now collection of deposits may prove difficult when the size of deposits is huge. See, you can raise money to a certain extent, but then in case if the amount to be raised is very huge, let's say 5,000 crores, in that scenario the cost will increase. Okay, and hence the collection of deposits, that is when people come and subscribe, so they will pay you either by way of check or by way of NEFT, right, and they will subscribe to the deposit. So in that scenario, what would happen? The chances are that your cost will go up and it will become a headache for you to collect so many deposits from so many people.